Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we are on the mobile suit that really deserved a bit more love than this. This is the mobile suit that sounded like a boring old bishop, but is actually far better than that, and far harder to use. The 500 cost support type, Engage 0 Incom equipped type. The bishop isn't boring, by the way, it's just that people don't know how to use it other than charging the fingers for eternity. As a 500 cost mobile suit, this Engage 0 of course does more things than that. And it has to, since in 500 cost, shenanigans like this happen. While the Engage 0 Incom equipped type is of course an Engage 0, this mobile suit plays nothing like a Gundam. Instead, its weapons indeed make it fight like a bishop. But it's not just one bishop, because it can do double or even triple what a bishop can do. To see why, let's go over the weapons. The main weapon on this Engage 0 bishop is the 6-barrel Mega Particle Cannon, exactly like the main weapon on the bishop and the Zeong, but this time a little stronger because God knows why they gave it a 6th finger. These 6 fingers fire 6 shots in a spread when uncharged and in a tight cluster when charged. Firing uncharged gives you more raw damage and takes 3 bursts to stagger, while charging the shot gives you a normal stagger and piercing, but poor DPS. Same stuff as the bishop. The next weapon is also one that inherited from the bishop, the wire-guided 6-barrel Mega Particle Cannon. Once again, fire the handout and it fires a few bursts on the poor enemy behind cover, but comes with little stagger and loves walls. Unlike the bishop, however, because you only fire one hand out, you can charge the main weapon while the other hand is doing whatever it wants out there. This alone makes this weapon so much better, as you no longer have to wait for the hand that takes longer than a god to come back to do anything. This makes the Engage 0 1.5 times a bishop. The next weapon adds a little more and makes this mobile suit 2 bishops. Double Incom beam cannons fires twice each. Once again, not enough to get a stagger alone, but doable when combined with other weapons. But the next step is taking us straight to 5 bishops at once. Overheat all the weapons and we activate the special skill, Overload. All our weapons turn pink, and suddenly this bishop starts raining beams like 5 bishops at once. The only time you put a pause to the rain of fire is to pull off that special counter. Should have stuck to the main weapon and kept spamming uncharged shots on that Zaku machinery instead of trying to get a lock on. But with Overload just about to end, I'd say we timed it just about right. The special skill Overload really is the heart and soul of this purple Engage 0. While it only lasts for 30 seconds, the firepower of this mobile suit during that brief period is mind-blowing. Not only does it refresh the heat gauge of all your beam weapons, but it also changes their performance, making this Engage 0 easily 5 bishops at once. First of all, the main weapon. When on Overload, these fingers drop in hit rate from 38% to around 25%. But the easier way to understand it is it takes 6 consecutive shots to overheat instead of 3. Simply mixing the other weapons and you don't even need to bother looking at the heat gauge. Then the wired hand. When on Overload, the hand fires 4 times instead of 3 before returning. But even when doing so, it no longer overheats, so you can do it twice. This more than doubles the firepower of this weapon, not to mention, unlike the normal bishop, you can still fire your other weapons while it's doing its thing. Third weapon, the Incoms. Once again, the firepower is more than doubled by making it fire an extra time and not overheating in one go. Don't have to worry about their heat gauges, you simply don't have enough time to use them all in 30 seconds. But happy times tend to end quickly, and we get to the cost of such a system. Introducing a Vulcan time. After Overload expires, all beam weapons on this mobile suit overheats for twice the normal amount. And you've guessed it, that's everything. As all the weapons on this mobile suit are beam weapons, the only thing you have left are Vulcans and melee weapons. That's not a lot, just saying. But on the bright side, the cooldown is over before we knew it. With our custom parts, we have auxiliary generators at level 4, reducing overheat cooldown by 15%. Thanks to that, the Incoms with the shortest overheat cooldown comes back first. Cooldown of 24 seconds gets reduced to 20 seconds, and we're back unleashing all range attacks before I even finished my sentence. And as you may have seen just now, even Vulcan time isn't the end of the world on this mobile suit, because it's better at melees than you think. With high performance balancers and one of the best down attacks thanks to the melee motion and hover movement, the Beam Saber can put it down to enemies from miles away. Just be mindful that the melee priority of this mobile suit is still the same as any support type. Final minute, but I don't even know if we should try and force a respawn or not. We can squeeze an overload in if we make a suicide run, but we can't afford to get 0 kills at this score. So instead, I chose to use the other strength of this mobile suit, the ability to work remotely. With all the side combo weapons, this mobile suit can fight an extremely safe fight when it needs to. Just lock onto your enemies from behind cover, and there's nothing they can do about it. Huge chunk of the general type Zusa gone without exposing ourselves at all. A couple more fingers does the job. We then try to get a lock on whoever they are on the opposite side without exposing ourselves, but we get hit from our flank. That's bad. We try to get away by making as much distance as possible, but we can't outrun a buzz. That was the Engage 0 Incom equipped type, and simply said, is a couple of bishops at once. And better. With much improved side combo weapons, you no longer look into the void waiting for the wired hand to come back, and when you hit the overload button, you can unleash the might of 5 bishops at once on the enemy. Sometimes you just want 6 fingers to manage that part. Then when overload is over, you can choose to force a reset, going in aggressive with the melees, or simply sit back and start working from home. That's what it means to be flexible. Of course, it was also helpful to have the fastest mobile suit at 500 to protect you from 2 angry raid types. That's it from me today. Look no further if you want to unleash all range attacks even at 500 cost, and the latest.